A concrete poem is a great first project for learning how to use form. It's poetry that presents a visual picture, but it's not a childish gimmick. At its simplest, it makes a bold impact, showing you how white space on the page can be used to reinforce the theme of your poem, creating a visual picture that is inescapable. We will be learning from four poems written by middle and high school students and one well known exemplum of this subgenre by John Hollander. The concrete poem forces you to change how you read, no longer straight across the page. In Stolen Home, you read the tale first, left to right, and you discover that all the garbage that poisons marine life is written about there. Read the body of the fish, and the verses depict the consequences of waste. The guilt of humans is in the middle of the poem, as if trapped in the belly of the fish. Plastic in our oceans is shaped like an alien in a 1980s video game, suggesting that the plastic itself is alien to our planet's water world, which it is. The poem focuses on color and the colorful contamination of the seas. We must decolorize our oceans as if it were being decolonized, an interesting play on the invasive and abusive nature of throwing garbage in the ocean. You can also discern the shape of the poem as a buoy, since buoys mark a safe route for ships or can save us from drowning. Perhaps the poem suggests this situation can be turned around if we're able to see this possibility, not just the alien who marks inevitable catastrophe, but the life saving buoy. The poem Cage Bird is shaped like a cage with columns of white space between text to create the bars. There's an arch of three words on top, the one on the left, which you read in a southwesterly direction, believed, breeze horizontally, and euphoria arching downward. The arc of words visually illustrates the horizon beyond the cage to which the caged bird aspires, or the chain from which the cage hangs. When read in the context of the poem, these two paradoxical possibilities make sense. The poem describes a bird longing for freedom, but after it escapes, the poem ends desperate birds often drown in the endless sky. The poem The Blue Ocean is shaped like a wave. It uses colored font to make a complex statement. Here, the outer part of the wave is in black letters and the inside in a pale blue. Reading it, however, my expectation that the pollution would be described in the black part was defied. The speaker reminisces about a time when there were surfers on the once life filled ocean, whereas now the ocean is full of garbage. You read this enclosed poem in blue letters, left to right, up to down. Surrounding it in black typeset, you must also read left to right, but you need to skip over the enclosed blue wave. Here we read of a time when the waves invited humans to play and forget, and foamy, translucent younglings reach toward the sky. The title of John Hollander's Swan and Shadow tells you quite literally what the letters visually depict. You start at the top of the head with dusk and read left to right downward until you get to the top of the wings, at which point you read across the white space from neck to body. It reads, "Oh, so gray then." What? At the top of the wing, another speaker responds to what with, "A pale signal will appear." Then the first speaker asks a new question. When? Response, "Soon, before its shadow fades." The separation of neck and wings makes a dialogue possible between two speakers. Although there's no question mark after what, when, and where, the white space directs you to pose these words as questions, because the answer is written on the other side of the white space. One line of text represents the waterline, but it is also a moment in time when it gets hard to distinguish between a thing and its shadow. As such, there's no longer a distinct space between the two speakers, as in the real swan above. In the shadow swan, we read scattered bits of light from the body back over to the neck. The response, as in the living swan above, is answered on the other side of the white space, no of water. But then you read, or something across water, breaking up, as a single thought by the same speaker. From then on, just as the dusk makes it hard to discern solid from water from air, so the two speakers are no longer clearly separated.
Dr. Jeffrey Neal, and in the past 2 years I coached 3 of the New York Times Summer Reading Contest winners out of 20,000 submissions. 21 of my workshop scholars were runners-up for first prize or were awarded honorable mentions. My seminars are fun and inspirational, and here you can get some of the strategies for free that my award-winning students use.